Brazil needs a fight, USADA is gone, and now Jose Aldo is back. Let's get another run to the title. Second puberty Jose Aldo is going up against Jonathan Martinez, a UFC 301. This is something I did not expect. I expect him to stay retired after the Merab loss, but realizing that maybe losing to Merab isn't so bad, and most likely a lump of money got thrown his way to come back, Jose Aldo is about to get finished again, isn't he? He's 37 years old. He's going up against a young up-and-comer, the dark horse at 135, who's on a huge win streak with some leg-kicking finishes. Jonathan Martinez is going to be quite dangerous for the 37-year-old Jose Aldo coming off his MMA retirement. But with a little bit of juice, maybe Aldo can get it done. I cannot wait to see saucy Aldo dash out there with a double flying knee 10 seconds into the fight, KO Martinez and then flip off the cage. You would think it was WEC again. But man, it would be a really fitting end for Jose Aldo's career if he beats someone like Martinez in Brazil, especially if he gets a finish. That would be the proper moment, because the last time he retired, it didn't make sense to me, right? It didn't seem right. And we're going to be seeing a leg kick contest between two of the best leg kickers at 135. But the crazy thing about this was, it wasn't even supposed to be Jonathan Martinez in there. It was originally supposed to be Dominick Cruz, which was the fight to make. Where is Cruz? The guy barely fights and he's not retired. Knowing Cruz, he's probably nursing his 5th injury this month, but that was going to be such a good stylistic matchup for Jose Aldo. A fight between two legends, but Aldo always has such a big advantage against Dominick Cruz, right? The Dominick Cruz fight would have been absolutely perfect. Like, that's the fight to make. We've wanted that fight for so long. We've pondered about it for years, man, ever since both guys were champions at the same time, over a decade ago. But Cruz got to be put in a bubble so he doesn't get injured. I don't know if he is injured, but I wouldn't be surprised if he is. He probably tears his rotator cuff by trying to put a shirt on. I just don't understand why this fight isn't happening. I just don't know, unless Cruz is actually injured. I can imagine every morning for Dominick Cruz is a battle. His alarm goes off, starts bleeding from the ear a little bit because of the sound. He wakes up in the morning, it's time to get out of bed. It's time to go commentate today. I wonder who's commentating with me, DC, Michael Bisping? It doesn't matter. I'll find a reason to argue with him. Takes the covers off, sits up, and goes a step on the ground very slowly, rolls his ankle. It's nothing, it's an everyday thing. He goes to reach for his half-full water bottle at his nightstand that he left overnight, grabs it very carefully and slowly, picks it up, and as he grabs, he could feel that the water is kind of warm, has been left in the sunlight from the window, so it is a bit inconvenient, but regardless, let's open this up very slowly. We know what happened last week. Begins to open it, snaps his wrist, he's got to get out of the room, reaches for the door, dislocates his shoulder. No wonder Dominick Cruz is so cranky. He's fighting for his life at every moment. Another opponent I thought made more sense for Jose Aldo, made more sense than Jonathan Martinez, would be Henry Cejudo. They're both around the same age, they're both legends, and they were supposed to fight each other before. What I think is, even though they want Jose Aldo back for the Brazil card, how good are fights without the king there? At the same time, they know he's not going to stick around for a while, and might as well build up a younger fighter's name off of him, right? If he's going to take this one off or fight one more time or something like that, let's build someone we have some confidence in that could do something special in the future, like Jonathan Martinez, get him a win over Jose Aldo, and then we can build up some bigger fights in the future with Martinez. But if this was prime Aldo, I definitely pick him to beat Martinez. But regarding the current state of Aldo, I'm not too sure. I don't know which way to go. I don't know if I'm going to pick Aldo or Martinez, which is credit to how good Aldo even is, that at 37 years old, after a retirement, clearly out of his prime, he still can give a good fight to someone like Jonathan Martinez. And who knows, maybe we see shades of Uriah Faber's comeback at Sacramento when he beat Ricky Simon. What if we get something similar with Jose Aldo at his home in Brazil, defeating another up-and-comer in Jonathan Martinez? I just don't know the version of Aldo we're going to get. We might see a more washed Aldo than we've ever seen before, and I hope that's not the case. If he gets finished out there, man, in Brazil, at home, his return fight, we finally get to see him back after a questionable retirement before, losing to Merab, especially the way he lost. It didn't seem fitting for him to retire after that. He didn't get finished. He didn't get hurt. He did better against Merab than some of Merab's most recent opponents have. Aldo could have fought a couple more times and retire off of a win. I just hope this is not a BJ Penn versus Yair Rodriguez situation where we see Aldo get absolutely annihilated. And if he does, Martinez got to sprint out of that arena because there's going to be a lot of angry Brazilians in the crowd. But if Aldo wins, we're going to see the biggest pop pop from an audience we've ever seen. So I can't wait to see how this fight goes down. I lean Jose Aldo, just given his style, and the biggest thing about Martinez are his kicks. And Aldo has really good kicking defense in general, especially against leg kicks. He has the better boxing of the two. He has lights out takedown defense. I think he has a really good style to beat Martinez. I just don't know at his old age.